Oh man, guys, we have got, finally, our first look at Superman on the set, as in our best look at the suit yet outside of James Gunn's official suit reveal, as well as Mr. Terrific and some other set details that I'm going to go over in this video. But the thing is about this video, and trust me, this pains me way more than it could probably pain you with what I'm about to say, is that I don't think I can show the images that are going around, at least the most popular ones that are floating around on the internet. But from Future Boba here, as I was editing this video, the absolute legends at Greater Cleveland Partnership, I reached out to them on Instagram. They've got some set photos of Superman and Mr. Terrific. Granted, it's not all of the other looks that you've seen of the full suit and everything like that, but they have allowed me to use those in this video, so a massive shout out to them, because it's actually pretty cool with how you can see the actual shot, the scene of Mr. Terrific and Superman in those images. So I will sprinkle those in this video, but I will still explain why I couldn't use the other ones right after this. So back to past Boba. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to do an in-depth breakdown, and you might be like, Boba, how can you do that without showing the image? Well, of course I can. I'm pretty sure, most of you out there watching this right now have seen the images for yourself, and you want to know my thoughts on it. So even though I can't use the images in this video, at least as and when I'm recording this, I figured that I needed to put something out there with regards to my thoughts anyway, because I'm getting enough DMs and comments about it. And the reason is, by the way, long story, long-ish / shortest. I'll try and keep it brief. But the issue is with using photos like this from actual outlets, and they have their own photographers on the street trying to take these pictures. They actually take these pictures. It's their career, it's their business, they license them, copyright them, and that's how they get sold to other people who want to use them in their own coverage for a certain fee. And I reached out saying, hey, do I have permission to use this, because I like to, go on the safe side, and they said, well, it's going to cost this, it's going to cost that, and obviously this is something that I can't really afford with regards to how much that might potentially be, and without that, that's the thing, I even said to them, hey, what about just a screenshot of your Twitter post? Which, again, fair use is a thing as well, but they're like, nope. The most popular ones going around from Cleveland.com, they said they're declining granting copyright permission on their images for the use of my videos. So, again, guys, I can't do it. My hands are tied here. I really rather be safe than sorry when it comes to the security of my channel. Again, maybe by the time I'm making this video, or maybe tomorrow or over the next few days, there might be some passers-by, locals from Cleveland who may have some photos, because you might be like, but you've shown some other photos in your videos, like the last one from Larry Pompeo, for example. And that's because he was a passerby. Like, he got his phone like we would and took a photo, and that is, not the same situation. So with that being said, I trust, I've explained it enough. If you have any more thoughts or questions about that, let me know down in the comment section below. But I'm going to shut up. Sorry for the long intro there. I just feel like I really had to stress. And I absolutely hate it, because obviously, I'm kind of like worried that some of you will find this video boring without actually seeing the detail of the suit on screen. So with that being said, like the video if you're still here, if you still go on to watch it and enjoy it. Really appreciate your support, guys. Kind of frustrated to say the least, but let's get into this. So the suit. Oh man. First of all, the first thing I think we all notice is that it's so vibrant and the color just pops so much. And this is going to be kind of weird. I have no idea how I'm going to edit this yet, because I'm going to be looking at my screen at the suit, but maybe you can do the same thing on your phone. I don't know. Now, sure, you could argue to me that they could mute it in the editing of the film, so dampen the colors compared to what you're actually seeing in the photos. But the thing is, I don't think they will. James Gunn likes colorful stuff, and I'm pretty sure that he wants to maintain the colors of this suit and not put just a massive filter over the movie in the edit where it just, really tones it down. I'm pretty confident that won't happen. And obviously, David Corenswet looks amazing here. Some people were saying that, obviously with the massive amount of bulk and, muscle that he put on, his face was a bit more round or whatever. But like, I don't see that here. He looks great. He looks great. Like, it looks very Superman to me. So I'm going to be trying to address so many things that pop into my mind from, obviously, obviously thoughts and ideas that people have put out there since that first suit reveal that we got quite a while ago now. Now, the symbol for a second almost appeared a little bit smaller to me, but I think it is just the angle of the suit. They haven't remade the suit, but for a second I was thinking, hey, what? But it is still a nice large logo. The whole theory of, did they make a different suit? Was the battle damage suit a different suit? Because some people were saying the yellow outline on the battle damage suit wasn't there, even though I was like, yes, it is. It's just battle damaged. But here, what we're working with in these photos with Mr. Terrific and Superman is a non-battle damaged version. So when I went on at you guys about how if you look at the knees on the official suit reveal that James Gunn gave us, you could see a non-battle damaged area with how bright and vibrant the blue was. And I was saying that would be the case up here as well if it wasn't battle damaged. So I knew how vibrant the suit could be, and now we can actually see that because obviously it's not the same damaged version, which still, I guess, kind of begs the question, why did James Gunn reveal a battle damaged version of the suit? Because I was thinking at the time, maybe he wanted to do that because, you know, when we get the first filming of David Corenswet on set, like we have today, our first look, they might be using a battle-damaged version of it, so he kind of wanted to get people ready with that. But nope, he's using the cleanest version of the suit you could probably get. Like, it's just like Clark went to the dry cleaners and got it absolutely cleaned to pristine levels. I don't know. So I don't know why he revealed the first image the way he did. But next up, guys, my God, I've got a few bullet points here as well. And I just wrote, this symbol is on the cape. Oh, yes. I know some of you didn't want that. But, I mean, I was vibing that the majority of people did, and I most certainly did, so a lot of us are going to be very happy. Now, obviously, it does match the symbol on the front. It's all very yellow and gold, but just with a little bit of a shadow on the inside grooves of the S to kind of add a little bit of contrast there. It looks really clean, really sharp. Not too big, not too small. Nice sizing on the glorious red cape. That's really all there is to say about that, other than I'm just absolutely over the moon about that. Yeah, it just looks fantastic. And I just want to interject here and say something else that I wrote down in my bullet points. And would you have guessed it? The amount of quote tweets I've seen of people say, "I've changed my mind," is glorious. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there's going to be people coming to this video, as they always do, saying the suit still looks trash or whatever it is. There will be some of you who are maybe a bit more respectful about it, saying, I don't know, but I still don't like this, I don't like that. Fair enough. That's probably going to most definitely be the case, right? But it is nice to see. I honestly saw a flood of tweets throughout the course of a couple of hours of me trying to find some photos that I could work with, of people just saying, this suit has gone up in my marks so much, I've completely changed my mind, it looks so much better here. And it is kind of the hate to say I told you so thing. Now, this isn't an objective truth. Again, not everyone's going to think this, as I've just been going over. But it is kind of the same old lesson. Whenever we get a new Batman casting, whenever we get a new Superman casting, try and reserve a little bit of judgment. Whenever we get a suit reveal, granted, you can see it and you can judge it, but just reserve some judgment for a bit of a better look. Because lo and behold, you know, some people switch up just a teeny tiny bit even, to maybe even a large extent of what I'm seeing. Now, I'm not trying to rub that in. It's just, you know, surprise, surprise, people got a better look, and as a result, people are liking it a bit more, even if they don't like it 100%. Some people might be like, oh, I love it now, aside from I'm not happy with the collar, or I'm not happy with the way the trunks are, or I wish it didn't have trunks. And speaking of now the design of the suit, I don't know about you guys, but you may remember my thoughts on the official suit reveal, but I was never as hard or harsh, if you will, on the lines on the suit around the shoulders and other places as some other people were. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't 100% on them, such as the thickness of the ones on the shoulder here, but I wasn't as mad about them as other people were. And, you know, I even like the collar, which is quite an unpopular opinion. But I have to say, with these new looks of the suit, I think they're coming across a lot less invasive. I know people will still say, could do without the lines on the suit, totally valid, I get that. But to me, you know, just getting a bit of a better look here, I do see how they thought of at the concept level when they were designing this suit. If you put yourself in their shoes, as the saying goes, you can kind of see how they felt like it would complement the suit in terms of design and aesthetic. So I don't think every one of them is necessary, don't get me wrong, but I do think there is a pleasing factor about it. And again, that could still be quite an unpopular opinion. But it will be interesting to see if some fans change their minds on the lines as well with this new look that we're getting. And you can still tell that it's thick in certain areas. I think this is a bit of a misconception going around, because if you look at his chest, wherever you're viewing the suit photo right now on your other device or whatever, sorry about that, it's not necessarily the material in his chest that is thick or his neck per se, but you can definitely notice it, like we noticed in the suit reveal, that on his like wrist braces, they are pretty thick. Like you can get a side angle on some of these photos and see that they come out like almost like half an inch or whatever. Maybe a bit of a exaggeration there. But honestly, call me easy to please, but I don't really mind that. And speaking of bagginess, I've seen some people already say, look, there's still baggy, but like there's other photos where it isn't. So it's just how suits work. I don't want to go through this whole thing again. Even Henry Cavill's suit, lo and behold, when you go like this, oh look, there's creases in my shirt. But when I go like this, it is a bit more flat. Now granted, I understand Henry Cavill's suit that Zack Snyder designed, or got the designers to do, was a lot thinner material. So even though it did crinkle a little bit, it wasn't as egregious as it might come across on Corenswet's suit. But obviously now he's standing up, it hasn't got the same ripples in it as when he was literally bending over and putting on the boots. So it's nice to see him standing up in a different pose, and it looks kind of flat to his chest, which is great. But you will still have people digging into that, like no matter what. But it's not the case as what people were thinking, in where, okay, if he stands up, is he going to have crinkles everywhere? No. So to me, nothing to worry about there. Now, as for the trunks, this is really interesting because they're definitely less boxer briefy than what I thought. They're not Y-front underwear, if you know what I mean, like Speedos either. They're more of a hybrid between them both in terms of how they come down like this, not like this, but more like that. It's a bit slanted. And, you know, probably the photos that I'm using on screen are the ones that I've covered before, where they're from the newspaper. You really can't tell compared to the actual suit photos that we're talking about that came out today. But they're more like, you know, Superman, All-Star Superman. Maybe I'm showing some images on screen right now. But again, like, you guys are seeing these photos for yourself, so I don't know why I keep saying that. Love the belt. I really do. Didn't know what to make of the belt in the newspaper photo, because some people are like, man, that's a mighty thick belt. And even I was like, yeah, that is quite thick. But now we can see it really yellow. As I thought, the red loops on the belt where the belt goes through are from the trunks, which is like a nice way to do it. And it's got like a nice rectangular middle, you know, separating it from the rest of the belt, kind of like a belt buckle, but there's no Superman logo on it. It's just kind of like fairly standard. Again, kind of like a lot of Superman designs from the comics. Like that, there's quite simple, and sometimes simple is good. Obviously, compared to like Man of Steel suit, like everyone's going to have different preferences here. Some people will love this for like the comic book simplicity, yet somewhat retro modern vibes that Gunn has tried to implement in this suit. But some people will be like, this is nothing on the Man of Steel suit, of which I really like the Man of Steel suit. But they will say that for like, look how Snyder, you know, redesigned it, added all these little details. I get it. So it will always be different strokes for different folks. Now, as for Eddie Gathegi's Mr. Terrific, I don't even know what to say here other than a spitting image from that other comics. Like straight up, fair play. Like I'm probably showing images right now. Again, I know you're seeing it for yourself, but like it is straight from a Mr. Terrific look from that of the comic book panels, guys. It looks great. Eddie Gathegi, I've had the utmost faith in anyway. I'm a fan of his. If any of you have seen For All Mankind, you know, and funnily enough, he plays quite a very savvy, smart person in that show. You know how good he's going to be as Mr. Terrific, and now we've seen him in the suit, like he's literally got the T on his face. There appears to be some like black lipstick there, but I don't really know what more to say other than the jacket looks great. He appears to have a little bit of an undershirt there or some kind of armor. You get a little bit of a glimpse at his belt, and you know, I expected Mr. Terrific on this set anyway, because from the behind the scenes filming, even though there's not a literal physical ship on the set, there was some cutouts with a T in it, and there was some actual physical set pieces made which looked like materials of a ship, some stairs and whatnot. And I've been saying for months now, for quite a while, when I was covering the Terrifics, or the possibility of a Terrifics kind of spin-off in the DCU, that Mr. Terrific, does have a giant-ass T-Sphere ship. And I wouldn't be surprised with Mr. Terrific clearly being an active and established hero in Superman, just like how Superman's been active, if he had that. And lo and behold, when you saw that big T shape where it looked like a human could walk through, it looks like we're going to get him not only with his T-Spheres, but with even more tech that he has, and that is, well, a T-Sphere ship. So we do have other things going on this set, as what I've covered in recent videos. You know, some things happen outside the Daily Planet. There's rubble on the street. You have some military people coming through. It's getting a bit chaotic, you know, firefighters and whatnot. And we have Superman and Mr. Terrific arriving on the scene together. At the minute, as of when I'm filming right now, no Metamorpho, no Hawk Girl. It seems to be a job for Superman and Mr. Terrific. I love the red in the suit, the Terrific, actually saying Terrific on the back there, to his boots. They look really awesome. And I swear to God, if people saying, haha, like CW level quality leather jacket, I was like, that's literally what Mr. Terrific wears in the comics. But you know, people are going to be like that. But this is like, again, a spitting image. You couldn't really make it any better. I'm being deadly serious. So if anybody has to say that, I do you even know what you're talking about? You can see images of Superman and Mr. Terrific standing together, talking, looking up maybe at the rubble or whatever happened to cause the rubble. Very, very intrigued as to what it is that's making them come to this location in the T-Sphere ship with Superman flying in. But over the next day, because it's filming tomorrow as well, obviously we might get more looks at that. And hopefully, if we get any Cleveland locals showing photos that they've taken on their phone, I might be able to get permission from them and show those photos in the videos, because it's just one of those things. Some people want to risk it, but honestly, for me, guys, it's one of those things where you would upload the video and, you know, I was even talking to Heavy Spoilers about it, and he had the exact same thing happen after Deadpool 3 photo leaks that were taken from actual, you know, paparazzi and photographers, and he had issues with that, the same issues that I am worried about. So it is a thing. So when you upload a video like this with those photos, if you don't have the license, you either have to pay a lot of money, and I'm talking about a pretty penny, or you upload it and, you know, you're going to have that living rent-free in your mind. If you care about your channel, it's just going to weigh heavily. So I do apologize that I couldn't talk about or show these images in my video, but I think that's all I'm going to say in terms of my reaction to the suit photos that we've got so far. There's honestly not too much more I could say, and you know, already this is looking to be like a 15+ minute video. So guys, let me know your thoughts on the Superman photos. Again, if you haven't somehow seen them, I do have links in a top pin comment to where you can go ahead and look at them yourself. But I can't wait to see what you guys have to say. I hope this video wasn't too boring for you. We will be going over this more in live streams, and hopefully another video where I can showcase some more photos. And let's just hope that James Gunn's thinking, hey, let's get a bit of a better look out there. He might not, by the way. Don't get your expectations up for that, because he might just think, it is what it is. I'm still going to keep it locked down the same way I have been. Despite how transparent he is through replying to people, he doesn't seem to want to show too many official things from the movie itself. But I hope that this has crossed the line to the point of where he's like, you know what, maybe I will show one more thing. And you know what, knowing my luck, by the time I post this video, he might have released an official suit reveal saying, hey, great day of filming today, here's another look. And I could have put that in this video the whole time, but probably not. Anyway, guys, like the video. If you did enjoy it, do consider subscribing for more videos like this. I promise they're not all like this. Normally, I show stuff on screen and all things like that. Honestly, it's like the first time I think I've ever done something like this, so... But it is what it is. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And I'll see you fellow Kryptonians in the next video. Goodbye.